Hello world, my name is Rozara and I'm a full stack web developer with a passion for investing. So today I would like to talk about 3 of my other trades that I made this month. I made 4 major trades last month, and most people know about my CVS trade where I made $4,200 profit in about a week. But I have not talked about my 3 other trades because I wanted to generally focus on talking about long-term investing and buying stocks for the long term. So most of my accounts, before I start the video, I want to say that most of my accounts, I do buy stocks for the long term. The accounts that I manage for my family, I do buy and hold stocks for the long term. In one of my accounts, I love to buy options. So in this video, I'd quickly like to talk about 3 of the 4 major trades that I made this month. So, and there's one that I'm quite proud of that I lost money on, and that's actually what made me even think of making this video right now. So, first of all, one trade that I made, I bought 2 options on AutoZone, and this was when AutoZone was trading around $580, and currently it's trading around $525. So, I bought 2 options, 2 call options. And for those of you that don't know what options are, just to give you a very quick idea, buying 2 call options is kind of similar to buying 200 shares of stock, which for a $580 stock, that's a significant amount of money. So I spent $15,000 on these 2 options. And after maybe 2 days, 3 days or so, I kind of realized that I didn't really like owning this. AutoZone is a retailer that sells auto parts for people that want to fix used cars. I'm sure most people know what AutoZone is. And the reports were that sales were going to slow. And there were some companies and analysts that were saying because of car leases and different issues like that, in general, they weren't going to be getting quite as much business as we thought they were going to get. So I basically bought the options in AutoZone because previously the shares were trading around $800, and I thought getting in around $580 was a great deal. But as it turns out, buying these shares for $580, I kind of reconsidered, and I thought to myself, like, this can drop further. So even though I paid $15,000 combined for the 2 options, I ended up selling them for $13,600 just a few days later. So I decided to take this loss because I reconsidered it, and I felt like this was taking on way too much risk. And in fact, I didn't even think it was a winning trade anymore. I thought there was a better chance that I was going to lose money. So I made the decision to very quickly take a $1,400 loss. And I'm very proud of myself that I made the decision. I don't know if 10 years ago I would have made the same decision. I might have decided to stick with my losing trade longer and eventually would have lost more money. And right now, AutoZone's trading for $525. So I would have lost a significant amount of money this morning. O'Reilly came out with some bad numbers, and AutoZone is a direct competitor with O'Reilly. So I would have lost well over $10,000 this morning. So I'm very happy that I got rid of that one. Another trade that I made was Nike. And for those of you that know about my CVS trade, I bought options in Nike. I bought 10 options, which is similar to buying 1,000 shares. And I bought Nike for approximately the same reasons that I bought CVS. Amazon came out with the news that it was buying Whole Foods. There was general kind of bad talk about Nike, as if nothing was really going to go right. And Nike's fine. It's perfectly fine. So Nike shares dropped to about $51 a share. And I just thought this was way too low for a company where there's pretty much nothing wrong with it. They came out with some news that they were cutting about 2% of their workforce, which is not a big deal. This could be due to restructuring or a number of different reasons, but 2% is not a big deal. And it turns out that Nike is going to plan on selling some of their shoes on Amazon. So I held those options for about 2 weeks until Nike came out with earnings. The plan was to hold these options longer, but once Nike came out with earnings, the shares popped up to about $58 a share, and I ended up making $4,073 on the trade. So I was very, very happy with that. That was a much shorter term trade than I originally had planned, but almost like the AutoZone trade, once Nike popped up to about $57, $58, I had to reconsider. And I think at the moment the best decision was to sell my options. I still own shares of Nike in other accounts, but for such a risky trade, it was a very good decision, I think, to take the $4,000 profit at the moment when I did. And the third trade that I made last month, which is still open, I bought 2 shares of Facebook a couple weeks ago. 2 options on Facebook, which is similar to buying 200 shares. And then when Facebook dropped a little bit, I ended up buying one more option a couple days ago. And these 3 options that I own are all dated for January 18, 2019, I believe. Let me just check that date real quick. Yes, January 18 of the year 2019. So that's 562 days away. So I get quite a bit of time. I also have an option to buy I also have an order to buy 10 more options on Facebook if it drops a couple of dollars more. I put an order in for $25 for the 140 strike price Facebook options. And Facebook is such a steady stock price when you look at the charts relative to other stocks. And their earnings growth and revenue growth is just ridiculous. So Facebook is going to be my biggest position if I do get this order to fill up and I do buy these 10 options. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I especially wanted to make this video just to show how I handled a losing trade, and how I'm not trying to give advice, but just I hope some people learn from my experiences. And I think it's much better to take a relatively small loss on a losing trade. Losing $1,500 out of $15,000 is much, much better than losing 90% or 100% of your money. So if you do make a trade and then you ever doubt yourself or reconsider yourself, it is okay to take a small loss, and that's much better than taking a big loss. So that's very different than my Facebook trade, where I bought a couple options on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and now the share price is down a couple of dollars, and even though it looks like I'm losing a couple dollars on the 2 options that I own, I have a significantly bigger order if Facebook drops a couple dollars, because Facebook is a company that I believe in, and it's a very, very different situation than AutoZone. So now that the share price is down a little bit, I'm hoping for it to go down $1 or $2 more so I can get this huge order of Facebook in. And then I will own 13 options on Facebook, which is approximately the equivalent of owning $200,000 worth of stock. So I'm very excited about this. Thank you to all the new people that have subscribed to this channel. I'm going to try to make new videos approximately once a day because of work and other things in my life. That's not always going to happen, but some days I'll try to make 2 videos. So thank you again for subscribing. I love you all, and I will see you next time.